Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are. Welcome to Dreamy Dreamland. It's breakfast time for me. I'm having my... And, so, what is the Global Revolution? Basically, it is everyone is waking up. Right? They're starting to realize that what they've been fed for the last few billion years is kind of a very weak advertising ploy. It's kind of like Pepsi 1 and Coke 2, and it's kind of like the guy who wrote, Wizard of Oz was living in Petaluma, California when he wrote that. And everything what you think is ain't. Right? So I'm trying to, if you go to this guy, this young girl, she's
accomplish this power sharing dream. Now, Washington has totally given up on all of that and fully accepts a likely total Taliban takeover. To recap, what started as a regime change operation 20 years ago has ended with the Taliban regime more powerful than ever before.
And who put him in power?
So now let's get to
what are we going to get to?
Let's get to the big end. Is the U.S. really leaving it all?
But we'll not take our eye off the terrorist threat. We'll reorganize our counterterrorism capabilities and the substantial assets in the region to prevent reemergence of terrorists, the threat to our homeland from over the horizon. We'll hold the Taliban accountable for its commitment not to allow any terrorist to threaten the United States or its allies from Afghan soil. And we'll focus our full attention on the threat we face today. In my direction, my team is refining our national strategy to monitor and disrupt significant terrorist threats.
Monetize.
Europe, the Middle East.
Monetize.
I'd like to thank the New School's Creative Writing Department, Department of Media Studies, and the Vera List Center for Art and Politics for co-sponsoring this event.
They have no intrinsic value. They must look fabulous and live on fabulous sets. They must remain young. They must achieve notoriety and money, or the illusion of it, to be a success. And it does not matter how they get there. Celebrity culture licenses a dark voyeurism into other people's humiliation, pain, weakness, and betrayal. Education, building community, honesty, transparency, and sharing are qualities that will see you ridiculed and voted off any reality show. Fellow competitors for prize money and a chance for fleeting fame elect to disappear the unwanted. In the final credits of the reality show, America's Next Top Model, a picture of the woman expelled during the episode vanishes from the group portrait on the screen. Those cast aside become, at least to the television audience.
So, what's going on? Anyone got an idea? Well, there's no one there. I've been disappeared from the top model.
Non-persons.
I'm a non-person.
Celebrities that can no longer generate publicity, good or bad.
Good or bad.
Vanish. Life, these shows teach, is a brutal world of unadulterated competition and a constant.
Does your phone battery seem to drain faster and faster as your device gets older?
Yeah.
What if you could fool?
Kim, tell us what's on your radar.
Well, on August 29th, the U.S. military claimed they had successfully targeted and taken out multiple ISIS-case suicide bombers who were an imminent threat to the Kabul airport. This came as a relief to many who feared for the lives of service members and civilians following the deadly attack that took 13 service members and over 100 Afghan civilians only days earlier. Captain Bill Urban, spokesman for the U.S. Central Command, claimed the drone strike had successfully taken out a vehicle packed with a substantial amount of explosives. Quote, U.S. military forces conducted a self-defense, unmanned, over-the-horizon airstrike today on a vehicle in Kabul, eliminating an imminent ISIS-K threat to Hamad Karzai International Airport. We are confident we successfully hit the target. Now, they certainly hit the target, but the problem was the target wasn't who they thought he was. The man the U.S. military murdered was Zamari Ahmadi, a 43-year-old innocent aid worker who was returning home with large jugs of fresh water to give to his neighbors. Zamari worked for a California-based charity group, Nutrition and Education International, which feeds impoverished Afghans. The organization had actually applied to move Zamari to the U.S. as a refugee. And the U.S. military, which supposedly has the most advanced technical weapons in the world, mistook Zamari's water jugs and laptop computer for explosive materials. And they also mistook Zamari, a completely innocent humanitarian aid worker, as being a suicide bomber. But the worst part is, they didn't just kill Zamari. They killed Zamari and 9 of his family members, 7 of whom were children. Now, how could they have possibly made this grave of a mistake? They don't know. Here's Senator Rand Paul asking Secretary of State Tony Blinken to clarify, was Zamari an aid worker or was he a terrorist?
The guy the Biden administration droned, was he an aid worker or an ISIS-K operative?
The administration is, of course, reviewing that strike, and I'm sure that a full assessment will be
So
forthcoming.
you don't know if it was an aid worker or an ISIS-K operative?
I can't speak to that, and I can't speak to that in this setting in any event.
So you don't know?
Yeah, there you go.
I don't know.
He doesn't know. So, yeah, I mean, how are you taking all this? 7 minutes and 25 seconds into the show. What do you think? Another great bit of pancakes there. I really love those pumpkin pancakes.
Oh, good.
Has anyone figured out how good those things are yet?
Nope.
See, I'm always ahead of yep, always. Yep. So you're having a big party in?
Oh, a few ladies coming in.
Oh, that's good. Are you going to play checkers? I like the little games you have.
Oh. Yeah.
Are- Are you a game girl? My mom was, but she always cheated.
Well, when I play, I do cheat. My kids know if they play with me, they're like, so watch her.
Yes, exactly.
Win one way or the other.
Yep. I remember my mom played Chinese checkers with her grandchildren, and I was there watching. I was playing along. But I knew better to, question my mother. I just let, and she took the Chinese checkers and just kind of went in a straight line and said, I win. Mom, what do you can't, what? And I said, you have to learn about your grandmother. And that's kind of where our government is. Do. Here's a good one.
has experts in online education. Purdue University Global gives you all the flexibility you need. Have you discovered Gaia.com yet? Stream the largest library of consciousness-expanding videos, ad-free and member-supported. See the links in the description below for more details and a special sign-up offer. Start your journey for only 99 cents.
On July 29, 1953, John O'Neill, science editor for the New York Tribune, discovered a 12-mile-long bridge in the area on the moon known as Mare Crisium. He contacted the Association of Lunar and Planetary Observers with this finding. While O'Neill said in public it was a natural phenomena, the fact that it just suddenly appeared called into question whether the bridge was artificial. As soon as he announced this discovery, O'Neill was attacked by skeptical scientists. That was until famed British astronomer H.P. Wilkins confirmed that he too had seen the mysterious bridge. Later, astronomer Patrick Moore also reported seeing the structure. What is very odd about this strange story is that the bridge slowly began to disappear as if it were morphing into the surface of the moon. Now today, there is no trace of what these famous astronomers saw. In the 1960s, NASA compiled a list of strange sightings on the moon, as seen by reputable astronomers going back to the dawn of the telescope, called a chronological catalog of lunar events. The report reveals hundreds of strange objects moving on the surface, with odd lights seen in the dark of the moon, and even clouds and mists streaming across its exterior. Our nearest neighbor in space, the moon, has long baffled scientists. When considered, it is truly one of the more enigmatic members of our solar system. These oddities include the fact that the moon and the Earth are the largest planet-moon system in the solar system, the moon being about 1/4 the size of the Earth. The moon has an odd orbit, which means that the same side of the moon is always facing Earth.
3 feet per second, 40 feet.
No one but the astronauts have actually ever seen the far side of the moon with their own eyes.
It also, interestingly enough, has a tidal lock with the Earth. The moon orbits the Earth and it always faces the Earth the same way. Now, you may not have thought about this before, but what's one of the interesting things that happens with that? You could always do things on the back side of the moon. You could do very elaborate construction projects. You could have very bright things going on. All these bright buildings, highways, roads. It could look like Manhattan. There could be all these ships coming and going, and you would never see it because you
only see what you're meant to see. Oh, no one's come on. Buddy, try the pumpkin pancakes. They are good. Anyway, what more can I say? Since I'm not getting any response, I will say, you'd be well now, okay? I'll see you on the other side.